I'm Mike and welcome to my channel. I know it's weird I'm not on screen, but rest assured I'm still here. If you forgot what I look like, I'm right here. Still look the same. I got these sprue kits for Christmas for my girlfriend, and I figured being in front of the camera doesn't really work so well with talking about these because I want to put one together, and you're about to watch that. Or not, I guess, if you don't want to. But that's what's going to happen in the video, whether you're here or not. So I actually did one of these last night. I did Donatello first. I don't know why. I kind of just picked them up and went with it. I didn't really think about it. And you know what? They're actually kind of fun. Over the last year, I've gotten doing Gunpla, and I've really enjoyed it, actually. Here's one of the models I've done. This is the Gundam Ashtray Red Frame from Gundam Seed or Gundam Ashtray something. I'm pretty sure he's not from Gundam Seed. I've seen Gundam Seed. So I had a lot of fun building these, and I had a lot of fun painting it. It's actually the first one I really kind of got into painting, and I kind of overdid it. But I still like the way he looks. Such a dirty Gundam. Anyway, so I did one of these last night, and I think he turned out pretty good. They're very easy. The whole thing only took me about a half hour. And just like a Gunpla, there's no like glue or painting required. But it does come with a sheet of stickers. And I used the one on his eyes to kind of give him that the whiteness and whatnot. But you'll notice here that this purple, and I'm colorblind, and I can tell. That's how apparent this is. This purple right here is different from the plastic back here, so I might actually go back and just paint it. Same thing with the wraps here. He came with stickers that went on the hand and on here, and I just wasn't feeling it, mostly because there's a lot of molding here and a lot of bumps, and the stickers don't really fold around it too well. They just kind of look messy. So I decided to take the stickers off, and I'm going to paint them at some point. But not today. Today, I'm just going to be building it, and you can watch me build it if you want to. I'm going to put that back, and since we're not doing Donatello, that leaves us with these three, and I think I'm going to go with Michelangelo. So, you guys we put aside for another day. So let's take a look at the box here. Now, Michelangelo is my favorite turtle. The box is pretty much the same as Donatello's, but wherever there's a picture of Donatello on the other box, there's a picture of Michelangelo on this box. This is based on the 2012 cartoon, which if you haven't seen, I highly recommend. It's actually a lot of fun. It's its own series, but it borrows from the comics, it borrows from the original cartoon, it borrows from the movies, it even kind of borrows from the newer comics. It's a really good show. I highly recommend watching it. It's a lot of fun. It's age appropriate for, you know, younger kids, but adults can watch it and be entertained as well. Let's go ahead and pop this open. If you've never done a kit before, this knife here is highly recommended. They're not expensive. You can get them at any like hardware store, and we're just gonna dump the kit out here, right there. Typically in like a Gundam box, you'll have trays with like 30 different runners, and these are runners and sprues. In here, we just got 2 bags and a couple different, because they're not that complicated. Go ahead and just get this open here, like that. Toss that aside, and then we'll get this one. Let's see what we're working with here. This is runner B2. It's got nunchucks, a belt, and the knee and elbow pads. C2 has got the shell and the base. Now you notice that these are all separated because of the color. Then we've got D2, which is the front of the shell. We've got A2, which is the legs. And then A1, which has pretty much the rest of the body. You've got F2, which has the mask on it. You've got instructions, which are mostly useless. You could pretty much put this thing together without needing these. They all are pretty straightforward. And then these are the stickers. Now I'll probably be using the sticker just to show the eyes off so it doesn't look weird. These are supposed to go on his hands. These are supposed to go on his feet and the back of his feet. And I'm not gonna do these. I'm not gonna do those parts. They look bad. So first, let's start with the head that's up here. Now I got this off Amazon. It's basically just a kit. It's a Gundam kit, and it comes with snippers, which are highly useful. A couple different little files. Now these are for, get off of there. These are my old pair of snippers that started breaking. I need to probably just throw them away. a lot of other Gundam builders, like model builders, are very anal about sprue marks and nubs. So these are there to sort of sand those down. You've got the rough one, you've got the medium rough one, and then you've got the lightest one. And you're supposed to work them down in succession until the nub marks are gone. I don't care, not even a little bit. It's actually pretty nice. It was like $10 on Amazon. If you want to get into building these kits at all, I highly recommend picking up one of those, even for just this, because this goes for like, if you go to a hardware store, these things are like 10 bucks by themselves usually. So anyway, we're gonna start. I'm gonna start here with the face. Now, what you kind of want to do is get a little bit away from the actual plastic, because you don't want to accidentally cut the actual thing. Now, I usually, sometimes this cheap stuff, you can just kind of pull off the last one. And then you want to just kind of look at the nub marks. I'm trying to get this in there. And you could sand it down. I'm not gonna. It's all one plastic, and I'm gonna do is just shave down the mark itself, because these things they're not that expensive, and I'm not gonna be entering any contests. I'm just gonna be putting them on my shelf, and they're gonna look good, and the only one that's gonna look at them is me. And if you don't like it, once you stop looking at it, you can forget about it. That's just how that works. So that's the front of the face. Next we're going to do the back. So Michelangelo, like I said earlier, was my favorite. He was the first Ninja Turtle I ever bought. And we were going to Toys R Us. It was like the grand opening of the Toys R Us in my town at the time. I think I was living in North Carolina. That's a fun fact about me. And at the time, I thought there were tons of turtles. I remember them all sitting around a table. And obviously there's only 4 of them. And I was weirded out when I discovered there's only 4 of them. I'm not doing this on camera. My bad. And my little 5 or 6 or 7-year-old brain, I saw like 15 or 20 turtles. So I had no idea what I was looking at. But this is really hard to do. This is super hard to do. And then we just take this. No, there's no glue required. You just kind of plug it in. And as you can see, there's marks right there. And right there and right there. So what you usually do is just sort of try to keep it on camera, but also just shave it down. Anyway, long story short, I thought there were tons of Ninja Turtles, and I didn't really have a good, I guess, sense of my, I don't know what I'm going for here. I had no idea what was going on. I didn't know who they were. I didn't know what they were. I was a Ninja Turtle. It was a turtle. He did ninja. I was into karate, so I bought one. And that was the story of my first Ninja Turtle. Super interesting. Thanks for listening. I'll probably cut most of that out. But another fun fact was that Michelangelo was actually the first Ninja Turtle drawn as well. Although he wasn't really Michelangelo. Next we're going to do this. He was basically just a turtle, like a grayscale turtle. And he had nunchucks like drawn on his, like the nunchucks were attached to his arms, and that was it. That was the Ninja Turtle, and they drew it as a joke because it was like, it's funny because it's a turtle, and turtles aren't ninjas. They're like the least ninja animal possible. They're slow, that sort of thing. And later they sort of turned it into a parody, a light parody of. And then we're done with the sprue. That's fun. Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird sort of turned the Ninja Turtles into a parody of Daredevil. Where, Splinter is the trainer of the Turtles. Stick is the trainer of Daredevil. The foot is the enemy of the Ninja Turtles. The hand is the enemy of... Actually, looks pretty good. The hand is the enemy of Daredevil. There's little things like that. Also, in a sort of a parody sense, the accident that created Daredevil, the chemicals that blinded him and gave him his powers and whatnot, are the same chemicals that got dumped down the sewer and turned the Ninja Turtles into what they were. That's just fun facts about the Ninja Turtles from me on New Year's Day while I lock myself in my room and build this stupid thing. And there we go. So you can see he has sort of dead eyes. Now you can see this Michelangelo has freckles. You can kind of see that molded into the plastic. So what we're going to do just to give him a little life in his eyes, we're going to take the sticker off. There we go. Now this is hard to do. This is hard to do on camera. This is hard to do not on camera. I've gotten better at doing stickers after doing a lot of repro labels for my Transformers, but I'm still not super great at it. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. And there we go. I can easily take that off later if I want to paint it. And then we'll take this and just toss it aside because we don't need it. Next, let's go ahead and do the body, and that's actually going to start right here. Now, when I tried to pick up the sprue, this literally just came off of it, and that's kind of fun when that happens. So we're going to go ahead and cut this part off. This is the other side of the internal body. It's very, very important that when you have, like, on here, you've got parts that have to connect to other things, like the ball up here and then the pegs right here that the legs connect to. You want to make sure you don't actually cut them off, because they can sometimes look like part of the runner, and then you feel like an idiot that you broke the whole thing. Here we go. That's fine. These are internal. These don't really show, so it doesn't really matter if these have sprue marks. So this is gonna just close together like that, and then we've got that. Now let's go ahead and just pop that on, and we're kind of moving along. Next, we're gonna go ahead and grab this guy off. Okay. Now I don't know how long this video will be in total. Like I said, I did this last night, and I don't think it took me longer than a half hour to build the whole thing. And a typical Gundam takes me a couple hours. It's a good multi-night build for me, especially if I'm doing stickers and whatnot. Okay, so this just gotta go in the front like that. There we go. Next, we're gonna do the back part here. Fun sound. All right, and let's just see how we're doing, nubs. Yeah, I think this side. Look, I'm leaning over the right hand side because I can't really see that well on camera. I have to kind of see with my own eyes. I know that sounds weird because it's not really that different, but it is. Trust me. It definitely is. All right. And there we go. Let's get his belt on him. That's going to be this guy right here. So, there's that. Oop. My favorite iteration of the Ninja Turtles right now might be this 2012 series. Now, part of me, I'm 34 years old. I watched the original Ninja Turtle cartoon. I was obsessed with the second grade. I think was actually the grade that I was like super obsessed. But it stayed with me. I remember being into it. I got the Ninja Turtles arcade games. I think I got the second one for like my 4th or 5th grade, and the third one I got from the 6th grade for my birthday. Like I remember all that. I never really got out of Ninja Turtles. I've liked them for a long time. So I've got cred. So you can't be like, oh man, if the original isn't your favorite, you're not legit. That's not true. Up until the 2012 series came out, I think my favorite was actually, I think this goes on the back. Was actually the movie, the original movie, the one from like, was it 1991? I think it was. Yeah, that looks right. That looks right. That's his belt. That's his belt right there. So it looks good. But like I said earlier, the 2012 Ninja Turtles cartoon, and it's 2016 now, so it's been going. It's on its like 4th or 5th season. But it's really well done. It's voiced by some great people. For the first 3 seasons, Jason Biggs voiced Leonardo, and he did fantastic. Sean Astin of Rudy and Lord of the Rings fame did Raphael, and he's perfect for that. The original voice of the original Raphael, Robert Paulson, who also did things like Yakko Warner, Pinky and the Brain. He voices Donatello, and you know what? It was weird at first because I kept hearing Raphael's voice come out of him, like the original Raphael. But now he's Donatello to me. It just it works out that way. And then the guy that does the voice of Michelangelo, I actually can't remember right now. I'm just gonna post it down on the bottom, and I'm done with that runner. I think it's like Greg Sipes or something like that. But I didn't really know him from anything else until this, but after watching the Turtles, I've recognized his voice in a lot of other things. I know he was in the Clone Wars cartoon. Like, he's just been in a lot of stuff. So, like, it's got some really good voice talent. The second or third episode stars, not stars, but Louis Black plays a bad guy in it, and he's really good. Just cleaning off the nubs here. Everything looks actually pretty good there. So yeah, if you're still kind of into it or looking for a new show to watch, I think it's on Hulu. At least the first 3 seasons are. And it's actually got a pretty good bit of storytelling in it. Like, I was surprised at how well they could tell some stories. All right. So we just got to match these up. I think that one goes there. And then this one goes here. Like that. And now that you have them together, it's easier to see the nub marks. And I might go back and kind of sand those down later now that I can see them a little better. But I also might not. It just depends on if I get bored one day or not. As long as they close together okay, like, I'm really fine. All right. This one. And really, we're almost done. Like, there's not much more to it than this. Oh, that looks so much better after that. All right. It's actually satisfying to do. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend. It's like, it's kind of like doing Legos. Let's I'm just get the knee pads here to complete them on before we put the legs on the body. It's like doing Legos, but like, Legos are fun, but I feel like they're too easy to break. Like, you build the Millennium Falcon or some just other fun Lego, and then you drop it or you play with it a little bit weird and stuff pops off and you just have to constantly rebuild it. And that's okay, some people like that. I like Legos, but these, like, once you build them, that's just the first part of the fun. The second part is playing with it. Like my Gundams, you can put them in rad poses. I really enjoy it. Okay. There we go. So this has a couple of marks. So this has a mark right here. There's a little peg. And it's got to fit into this peg right here. So that's how you know if you have it right side. And that goes this way, I believe. Or I have it on the wrong leg for sure, and it goes on the other one. Looks like I might have it on the wrong leg. That's actually a point where the instructions would come in handy. Yep, I had it on the wrong leg because that fits just fine. All right, let's clean this one off a little bit. All right, and this is gonna go right here. There we go. So now we have legs like that, and they're gonna snap right in like that. Now they do still move, but there's not a ton of movement there. You're not going to put these guys in any cool leg poses like you could do with like the Gundams or other figures. They're just pretty much going to stand there. Just going to put it back there. Okay. Next is the arm. Oh, so we're actually done. We're done with this one, we're done with this one, and we're done with this one. That's fun. That's satisfying to be done with these. So this is the arm bits down here. There we go. I think I'm just going to do one of these at a time rather than the legs, so they're a little easier. I don't have a ton of... Oh, come on. Gotta get that right. There we go. I don't have a ton of extra parts like laying around. I'm wondering which one goes with what. I'll do that and that. This is the forearm. So like a bell, like a cowbell. And then we'll do, it's probably this. I should probably really get the instructions to know which one goes on which, but you know what? I'm 34. I can figure it out. I can figure it out if I'm wrong, right? Well, that's only half. The other half is, okay, I get it. The other half is actually just this one. I'm dumb. See what I was talking about? I can figure it out. I can figure it out. Okay. All right, now, so we have fisto. Let's go ahead and clean these up a little bit. Right there is one. Right there is one. All right. Okay. There we go. That one's not so important because that's going to be inside a thing. All right, and then there's little plastic shavings everywhere after doing this. Especially if you do a Gundam or something with like more little parts. It's a serious problem. Okay, so we got this part, and that just kind of snaps right on the back like that, and we have an upper arm like so. I'm just gonna go ahead and clean up that bicep there. Shave down the guns. All right. Next we have the forearm part, and that's just gonna snap in like that. Oops, that goes in like that, right? Yeah, it totally goes in like that. All right. And then we have the hands, and they just go together like that. Ooh. There we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and shave down. Give it the old shave down. Okay, and that's gonna snap right in there. And then one little piece, I'm not entirely sure which one of these goes where. We're just gonna pick this one and try it out. If it does, it works. If it doesn't, we'll do the other one. But this is gonna sort of hold the arm together a little bit better. There we are. Okay, let's go ahead and shave. You're not supposed to cut towards your finger, and these things are very sharp, so I have cut myself a few times. It hasn't been fun. Okay, it goes like that. Yeah, that was perfect. There we are, and now it stays together. And then what we'll do is just pop that into the side like that, and he's got an arm. Next we do the other side. Hope this has been at least a little bit entertaining. I hate to think No one got this far because it's super boring, but you know what? If you didn't watch the whole thing because it got boring, let me know. Maybe I won't do any more of these. Maybe I will do more of these. Maybe I've been talking quietly because I don't want to disturb my girlfriend, and it does some sort of ASMR effect, and people start watching it because of that. I get a whole new slew of people coming to my channel looking for ASMR Ninja Turtle building videos, and I skyrocket to YouTube stardom, and I can quit my job. No, okay, now we're getting a little crazy. Nope, I'm just doing this. This is just something I'm doing. No ulterior motive behind it. I just enjoy building these, and I've wanted to do one on camera for a while. And this just happened to be my first one. There we go. It's like slicing an apple, but if an apple were a plastic model kit. Oh. Alright. Okay. And let's go ahead and build it. Okay. So fists, fisto. Get those fists in there. I have to say, the plastic like this without any kind of paint or stickers, these kind of look like gloves. There's not much to them. Looks pretty good though. Okay, we'll get this part in the upper arm, and then we'll get the lower arm, the forearm if you will, and then we'll stick that hand in there, and that looks pretty good. And we'll cut out this other. Ooh, well that worked. I guess. Let's give this couple bits a little shave down. This is a, I'm colorblind. I don't know what color this is. Is it like a brown? I don't think these are supposed to be brown. Maybe they are. You know, back when I grew up, back in my day, Ninja Turtles had the color of their bandanas on their arms and on their legs, and that's how you knew who they were. Am I doing this wrong? Probably. Yes, I am. There we go. But that's not how it was in the original comic. So I think they've been trying to incorporate that a little more, I guess. There we go. Okay. And there we have Michelangelo done. Look at that. What we need to do next is get the base out. Don't care about nub marks on this. Then we have nunchucks. Now, nunchucks, ugh. It bugs me. I know this is silly. I don't like plastic nunchucks because they don't look like nunchucks. They look kind of like nunchucks, but they don't have the right movement for nunchucks. They're connected. These actually don't move at all. They're like a hard plastic. If I tried to straighten this, it would absolutely snap it. So let's just stick that in his hand. I'll stick that in that hand, and that's it. That is Michelangelo in all of his turtle glory without his stupid stickers on his feet and hands, because like I said, they don't really look that good. But like I will paint these at some point. I might do it on camera, I might not, who knows. This is what he looks like with his turtle brother Donatello. I like that they made the bases of the turtles, like the base bodies. If you took away the belts, if you took away the bandanas, if you took away the weapons, you could tell which of these turtles is which based on the color and even the body shape. Like Donatello, a little bit taller. He's got a different head shape. It looks really good. I like it. Just to, if you want a size comparison with how these guys look. There we go. They're just a little bit shorter than the actual Playmates toys. A little bit smaller, but not a whole lot. But yeah, that's it. That's the whole build. Thank you so much for watching. I like them. Again, I'm not entirely sure how much they cost because I got them as a present, but I don't think they cost that much. And it was definitely a fun little half hour to build them. They won't do much more than kind of stand on my shelf with the rest of my neutral stuff. It's kind of how the Loyal Subjects figures and things like that are, where they just kind of stand there and look cute. I do want to go over the articulation real quick before I do this. I'm going to take the stand off. So the legs don't really move. That's it. The arms can move, but you have to actually pull them out of the socket a little bit to get them. They can snap in that way, or they can go up, and that's it. That's the only thing they can do. And the head is actually on a ball joint, so it can go all kinds of ways. And that's it. That's all of the figure. Thank you so much for watching, and that will be all for now. If you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know. If you don't, I'll never do it again, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I will. It's my channel, and I'll post what I want. Thanks for getting this far. Bye.